All right. Hi, everybody. Hello, Facebook. My team that's on Facebook. I got some people on Zoom. Make sure y'all tell your team so they can jump on. This is going to be so good. I am so excited to be on with you guys tonight. So let me make sure that everything is working. Y'all say hello when you get on. Hi, everybody. Okay, let me make sure Facebook. Okay, good. It is up and running. Y'all say hello. How is your week? It is our last training for the week or the month, I mean. So it's crazy. Can't believe July is over, you guys. Like it happened so fast. Hi. It was a good week. I don't know about you guys, but this 14-day challenge has been so good. So good. If you have not been doing it, you are missing out because it's so good. You can't sign up now. It's over for signing up purposes, but it's been so good. We have just a few days left of the 14-day challenge, but it's been so good. I've learned so much. I've had a lot of engagement on my post since all of this. So I hope you guys are getting good things. But remember, you may not get everything that you're wanting out of it right now, but keep on keeping on. Learn these tactics, learn the way that they are training us to do things, and keep implementing. But tonight, I'm going to see for foliage. I'm trying to see how much battery I've got. If I can pull this over here just a little bit. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna have to keep turning this way a little bit because my notes are right here and I want to be able to look at them. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tough love and then give you some Instagram strategies. Y'all know I love to give you some tough love. But I hear all the time what I'm doing is not working. Okay. If what you are doing is not working, you need to change what you are doing. Whatever you are doing and it's not producing the results, if you have consistently been doing it for a while, maybe you need to change how you are doing it. It's not to say that the method that you're doing is not working, but maybe the way that you are going about it is not working. I hear all the time, I'm losing my passion. I don't have the energy. I don't have the excitement. Then go find it. Go do something that does bring you joy. Go do something that does make you excited. You have to put your roots down, ground down, and say, I'm going to work this out. I'm here to tell you that the way that network marketing was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, is not the way that it is now. The economy is poo-poo. Nobody has had to build a business like this in our economy. So stay footed and planted where you are. Dig your feet down and say, I'm going to grind this out as long as it takes. You have to come in with that mentality. Put your blinders on, put your head down, and plow through. Stop trying to compare yourself to other people. Put your head down and do the work, because this is what I know. Work works. So if you want it to work, you have to work. Okay. If you're wanting this to be like quit your 9 to 5 job, then you need to treat it like a 9 to 5 job. If you want to have the financial freedom, you need to treat it like that. It doesn't happen just because you want it. You have to work towards it. Work works. Okay. So if you are working, it's going to work. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to have to pivot. I'm having to pivot. I'm not getting the results that I want in something, so I'm producing something different. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Melissa Brooks, in the last 2 weeks, has gained 30,000 followers because she has pivoted her business to do something different. She is focusing on health and wellness. She's not doing anything much with makeup. She has shifted it. Her TikToks, her everything is about the health and wellness and the way that she's been doing it. And she has gotten flooded with followers because what she was doing was not producing results that she wanted. So she pivoted. You have to pivot in this industry. I don't care if what you were doing a month ago worked. If it's not working now, you need to pivot. You need to try something else. We have to be constantly pivoting. When you become complacent, you are not going to get the results that you want. When you become just like, yep, this is as good as it's going to get, I guess I need to go look for another company. No, if you don't change your habits now, Going to another company, trying different products, trying a different comp plan, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're going to have all the thrive and the excitement and the new people signing up to begin with. But then what happens in 6 months? You're going to get back to the exact same spot because you didn't change. It's not the company's fault. It's not the product's fault. It's yours. Sorry, it is. You have to change. Just changing companies, just changing comp plan, just changing products, that's not going to change. You have to change. And if you don't, you're going to produce the same results. I hear all the time, I'm not making enough money to pay my bills. Are you? But then I go and look at your page and you're not in your stories. You're not doing reels. You're not posting. You're not going live. You're not getting on my trainings every single week. You're not doing the things to produce the results that you want. So you can't sit there and complain. If you are constantly doing everything that it takes, and I'm here to tell you, not everyone is doing everything. I'm not even doing everything. And this is my full-time job. There are things that I can change. There are things that I can do more of, that I can do better of. Everyone is not doing everything. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay. So work works, put your head down and get working. Okay. So let me pull this. Let me get my notes. So that was my little change can be scary. Yes, exactly. I'm looking at the comments. Yes, change can be scary and uncomfortable. It's how we grow. It's not, you're not going to get to where you want to go if you don't change. And what worked a year ago, what worked 4 years ago, it doesn't matter. It's not going to continue to work. It might coast you, but if you're wanting to go up, you're gonna have to change. And I have been giving you lots of tips and tricks the last few weeks on how to change and how to do that. Are you implementing them? Are you doing the work that I'm showing you? Are you implementing it? Are you letting it go in one ear and out the other? Because I promise you, what I'm bringing you is from the #1 network marketer in the world. She's #1 for a reason. Are you implementing it? Am I implementing it? You have to pivot. You have to change. Okay. Keep trying new things. Yes. Okay. As we are starting our Instagram, I need to remind you that you need to be yourself. So many of you are not growing because you're not being yourself. You're trying to be me. You're trying to be your upline, your downline, your sideline, somebody that you are not. When you are yourself, you will grow. I promise you. When you are being true to yourself, you're putting the funny things, you're showing your humor, you're showing your sides of you that you don't let other people see. When you are you, that is when you will grow. Not when you're trying to do a checklist, not when you're trying to make a certain post, but when you are you, you will grow. I promise you. Be true to yourself and you will grow. Okay. So here's the other thing. I hear all the time that people want to automate their business. If I only had someone that would post for me, if I only had someone that would follow up for me, if I only had someone that would go live for me or create my reels or follow me around and create content. Okay, maybe one day you'll get there. But if you want your business to thrive, you have to do those things. You're back. I have a little visitor tonight. Dalton is still working, so y'all just bear with me. You have to be the one that's creating the content. Maybe one day you'll get to that point, but you're not going to know what it takes. You're not going to appreciate it if somebody does the work for you. It will not be sustainable. You have to be the one putting in the work. You have to be the one understanding the way that the algorithms are, Instagram, how to do reels, the transition. You have to understand that before you can one day possibly get somebody to help you do that. I'm not even at that level, y'all. But the only person that's at that level is Jessie Lee because she's #1 for a reason. You have to put in the work. Okay. So this week we are going to talk about Instagram. All right. We're going to talk about how to convert Instagram, right? You telling them? We're going to talk about how to convert Instagram and what to post in your content. How many of you could say, I need help with that? Instagram is one of the fastest growing network marketing spots. If you are not on there, you are missing out. Okay. Addie, what are you doing? Okay. I need help. Good. Well, I hope you've got some notes. We are going to talk. If you did not catch last week's training on it as well, please make sure you do, because that was part 1 and this is going to be part 2. And then we will finish up with part 3 next week. So There are a few steps on how to get your Instagram converting. And when I mean converting, that means making sales. That means getting recruits. Okay. How do you get your Instagram to convert? The first thing is, and this is one of the most important. Okay. I'll open it. She's about to have makeup, everyone. Is you have to decide who you are and what you are talking about. Who you are and what you are talking about. This comes down to, once again, your vision, your overall vision for your Instagram. What do you want? It should not just be a place where you are updating people on your life. Your Facebook should not just be a place where you are updating people on your life. What is your vision for your Instagram? Okay. Describe what that looks like. Think about it. Some of you are just making a live. You're just throwing up a random post, but there needs to be value. That is why I say over and over and over. Some of this is going to be repetitive, but until you get it, you are going to be stuck. Stuck. You will not grow. So I hope that you are hearing me when I say you need to grasp this. You need to know who you are and what your vision is. What do you have value to bring? And that's what you need to master on your Instagram. Okay. What do you want people to think of when they see your page? When they come to your page, what are they going to see? What are they going to find? I say it over and over. I'm going to say it again. You've got to niche down. It's just another way of saying it, is just finding out who you are. And that is going to help you and what you want to talk about. What is your overall impression that you want? What do you want people to feel? What do you want people to experience when they come to your page? Not just happiness. Okay. Niche down. Get specific on what people are going to find when they come to your Instagram. That is one of the most important. Do you know what that is? Tell me in the comments if you know what that is. Do you know what it is? Do you know what the content is that you are trying to get out? If not, I know you're not growing. I know you're not getting new recruits. I know you're not getting new customers because you are not you're not getting specific enough. You need to get specific. Who are you? You are describing who you are on this Instagram. Okay. And what you want to talk about. The next thing is a content system. We have to figure it out. I'm not saying a content calendar. Don't get it twisted. These are two different things. We'll talk about content calendar in a minute. This is a content system. Do you have a system for your content? Tell me in the comments. Does anybody have a content system? Do you have a content system? I love it, Shelby. Teaching everyday people to make moms how to make an impact and income online. Nope. See? If you don't have a content system, that tells me you are just posting to post. You're just going live to go live. There is no plan around it. You have to have a plan. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be impromptu. We'll talk about that here in a second, but you have to have a content system. Okay. I'm gonna move my my computer. I'm hoping that I don't. I have my niche down. Good, Heather. Okay. I don't have a system. Yep. You're not by yourself. Most people do not have a system and it's holding you back. Okay. So once you have that first thing that I said, you know who you are and who you are trying to reach and what you want to talk about. Once you have that down, all your content should be around that. Okay. Because that's the value that you're going to bring. We've been talking about this for weeks. Okay. So once you do that, once you have that, you're going to have to treat it like a job. You own the business. I hear all the time, well, I'm my own owner. I'm the boss of my business. Yeah, but you still have to treat it like a job. You still have a job in this business. Yeah, you own it, but you still have a job to do in this business. So you have to treat it like this. When are you taking time to plan? That's what a content system is. When are you taking time to plan? What day is it? How many hours? Is it 1 hour a certain day? Is it half of a day? Is it a Sunday? Is it many days? Do you plan what you're going to post about, what you're going to go live about, what you're going to do a reel about? Do you plan it out? Like I said, there are times to be spontaneous. I'm not saying you're not at the grocery store and you just get like this motivation and you go and post about it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't do that. Okay. There are times for that. But 90%, maybe 99% of your content should be planned out with a purpose, because that's when we have it intentional. Okay. And not just, oh, I made a post. No, because then you are being specific, like I said, that number one, on who you are and what you are trying to get across. Okay. That can just be an extra post when you have that inspiration at the grocery store. Okay. That's just an extra post that you didn't plan, but everything else should be planned, because if you don't plan, you fail. If you don't plan, you basically planning to fail, because you're just throwing it out there because you need to make a post for the day. How many of you have been guilty of it? Ashley, that's me. I'm guilty. I just post whenever I feel like it. I don't plan it. And then you wonder why you're not growing. Sorry, love you, mean it, right? I need to get better at that. I do have my niche. I don't have a system. Good. Okay. Lots of you say that you want to be successful, like I said, but you're not doing the work. And just some of you are treating your Facebook like it was, or your Instagram, either one, like it was when you didn't have a network marketing, when you just posted to post. But when you are using this as a business, you have to plan it out. You have to. Okay. For example, let's pretend, I heard this analogy the other day, that you are wanting to bake a cake. And you've got all the ingredients. You've got the eggs, you've got the powder, the flour, you've got your ingredients that you need to make it. You've got the spoon, and you are sitting there and you're wondering why the cake's not cooking, because you haven't stirred it. You haven't preheated the oven. You haven't put it in the oven. You haven't set your timer. That's what so many of you are doing. You have all of these resources at your fingertips, these trainings, these support, and you're just staring at it and you're not doing anything with it. You have to work. You have to plan it out. Okay. I don't have a system. I know what I need to post, but I always plan it out ahead of time. You need to have a plan. It's going to set you up for success. Are you writing your captions out? Yes, writing your captions out. Is there a time of day, every day, that you plan them out for the next day or for the next week? Or maybe on a Sunday, you sit down and you plan everything out and you write everything out. Write it in your notes. Maybe an idea comes to you and you plan it and you text yourself, or you write an idea in your phone. When is a time that you schedule your photo shoots, your pictures? You know, that day when you feel like you're looking like $1,000,000 and you're looking like a snack, that's the day you need to be producing multiple content. Do you think, look at me today, do you think I produced any content today? Nope, sure didn't. I had things to do. Okay. Go see, Papa got something. You know? Okay. All right. When is the time that you make your content, your photo shoots, your reels, you plan what you're going to go live about? What apps do you need to create that content? Do you need Lightroom to enhance your lighting? Do you need Canva? Do you need InstaShot? Do you need WordSwag? Do you need Caption Cut? What do you need? Do you need Mojo? Have them ready to go, so that when you produce that, when you have your content, when you are going to post it, you have it ready. You have to plan it out, you guys. Do you understand what a content system is? Not a content calendar, a content system. Are you tracking with me? They don't need that. Yes? Do you understand what I mean when I say a content system? You need a system for producing your content. A time of day, days, weeks, a month, what it is. Okay? Doing your reels. You need to have a content system. Okay? The third thing is, then you need a content calendar. So many people start here and they skip number 1 and number 2. They skip the content system and they skip figuring out who they are, and they just create a content calendar. You just make your posts, you just go live, right? I feel so much better when I plan myself out. Yes, because there's a purpose behind it, instead of just, oh, I made my post. Or because sometimes we don't have that inspiration. You need to sit down when you've got the inspiration, you've got time to dedicate it, instead of just saying, oh, I'm just going to make a post. Okay. If you just have a content calendar and you don't do numbers 1 and 2, like I just talked to you about, then who are you posting to? For yourself? There's no purpose behind it. Okay. You need to market who you are posting to. That's why you need to have a system so you can plan it out. Do you have it in mind? All right, today's post, this post, tomorrow's post, it's going to be for this. I'm going to speak this. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We've got to build the bricks and organize it. So that's why I'm saying you got to figure out who you are and who you're trying to speak to. Then you need to have a system, and then you need to make a calendar to plan it out on what you're going to talk about. But so many of you just do the content calendar and then you're skipping the in between. See, Tara? Exactly. So then you're not doing the work that it takes to get there, right? You're missing days, and the next thing you know, it's been 4 days and you haven't done anything. If you would plan it, I promise you'd feel better. You'd accomplish more. Okay. Many are just so stuck. They don't know what to do. They don't know who they are. They don't have a system. So they just jump to this. Okay, I'm just going to make a reel tomorrow. I'll just post a reel today. Tomorrow I'll do a post. Next day I'll do live. And there's no organization to it. Okay. When you're finding out this content calendar, you need to know what is trending in your niche. What is trending in your niche is going to be different than mine. If your niche is mental health awareness, then you need to be mastering everything that there is to know about mental health. What is trending in the mental health area? Research it. Do you know if blank is your niche, what is popular in that? Is there certain sounds? Is there certain statistics that are going around? Is there certain news articles that are going around with it? What is trending? Is there certain trends, makeup trends? I don't know. What is it? Whatever it is trending, you need to become an expert in it so that you can produce that content. Are you trying to sell clothes, women clothes, fashion? What is it that there is trending that you need to become an expert on? Okay. Now, these are a couple things that you need to have on your calendar. Okay, these are some things that you must have on your calendar during the month, during the week, whatever works best for you in the season of life that you are in. These are some ideas of what needs to be on your calendar. Okay, you know who you are, you know who you're speaking to, you've got a strategy. Okay, and now we've got to make the content. We've got to create that calendar. Okay, polls. Those are great. People love to give their opinion. You can do them in your stories. You can do them in your post. Polls. You need to have polls. You need to be highlighting your business page. Highlight what you do. Okay. You need quick video trainings. I mean, 60 seconds or less. That's your reels. Quick video trainings. That'd be me taking a part of this video and probably saving it and making reels from it. Quick video trainings. Fun facts. This is very shareable. People love when you have fun facts. Again, all of these things though that I'm saying are in your niche. You're not just going to think of a fun fact. Oh, that's a fun fact. In your niche, inside your niche. We got 3 lipstick colors on right now. Okay. Inside your niche. Okay. Fun facts. Industry articles. Okay. You have a green screen behind you. Industry articles. Articles about the industry. Memes. These are easy in your stories. This is very shareable. People feel like they are connecting with you. They're like, oh, that's funny. And they go and share it. And then their friends come to your page because that was funny. It was relatable because you're speaking to your people. Next one, eye-catching photos. Now, I'm not saying all of your photos need to be to a T from a photographer, or, like perfect, like no flaws in it, whatever. Okay. I'm not saying that, but every now and then I love to post a really, really eye-catching photo that's going to make people stop and grab their attention. Maybe like every 15 or something, but eye-catching photos, those need to be in your content calendars. Selfies, they need to be in your content calendars. Not just perfect pictures. Those need to be in your calendar. Family. So that you're real, relate to people. That needs to be in your content calendar. Maybe you share interesting statistics. Okay. Statistics are shareable. People love to share statistics. Again, inside your niche, who you are, what's the value that you're adding on your Instagram. Helpful tools that you recommend. What are some tools? Is it maybe your niche is recipes? You're sharing recipes. Maybe your niche is okay, how to be a network marketer. You're showing tools that represent that. I'll be there in a minute. Okay. Maybe you are showing behind the scenes. I know some of you probably think that people don't care what you do behind the scenes, but they do. They want to see your office. They want to see what you're doing. They want to see what a day in the life looks like. We'll talk about that here in a second. They want to see you training. They want to see what your office is. They want to see behind the scenes of you producing content, you planning, you strategizing, you coaching, you remodeling. They want to see the behind the scene things. A day in the life in a reel. Maybe you take one day where you show them what a day in the life is like with you as a network marketer or as a stay-at-home mom who produces income, whatever your niche is. This can be very powerful because people say, oh, that's what's required of me. That's what it's going to take to get to where she is. That's what it's going to be like, right? That is very, very powerful. Maybe you share things that you're reading and you put an Amazon storefront link in there or a dress that you're loving that goes with your niche, whatever, and you put a storefront, you put your Amazon link in there, you put a link to whatever. Again, that's you producing income, okay? Things that you're reading. Maybe you need to ask questions to your audience that require a call to action. These are all things, guys, again, on your content calendar. I hope you're taking notes. Questions to your audience, call to actions. Testimonial quotes. I've been saying this for weeks. Show that it's working for other people, business, product, opportunities. Oh, she's doing that. It's making that kind of impact. She actually is showing results from it. Okay, I need more information. Those need to be on your calendar. People want to see results. Contests or giveaways. Those can be on your content calendar. Don't do those a ton because people get overwhelmed, but those can be on your content calendar. And then once the giveaway or the contest is done, you need to archive it. What does that mean? It means you hit the 3 dots and you hit the archive button on Instagram. It's no longer relevant. Archive it. Don't delete it. Okay, there's not really power in deleting it with the algorithm. Archive it. Same thing with this. If you are doing discounts, promotions, anything that corporate is offering, or you're doing something specific for your niche, okay, again, don't do these a ton. But when it is done, when the sale is over, when the promotion's over, the discount's over, you need to archive it. No one wants to go to your page and just see tons of sales and tons of promos. Archive it. It's no longer existent. It doesn't matter. If they were to see it a week from now, oh well. Okay, archive it. But again, these are things that should be on your calendar that you are being intentional on. Customer promos, right? People love this or that. That can be on your content calendar. That helps engagement. Okay. Then you need to make sure that you are having some good copyright. We did a whole training on that last month of long posts. I mean, maybe you've done 10 or 15 reels and then you've got a good photo and you've made a long post that you've written a good copyright, that beginning, middle, and end that we've been talking about. You need to have lives. And then you need to have lifestyle. What is your lifestyle for your niche? Okay. Beautiful adding. All right. Was that value? Archive it. That's awesome advice. Good. Were those some good things that you have now to put on your content? Did that help you? Okay. We're almost done. The next thing is you need to optimize your bio. Okay. It needs to be short and informative, like 3 things, right? What can I need to know when I go to your bio, what I'm going to find from your page? I don't want to know that you're a mom to 3 girls and that you have a dog. Okay. That's not adding value to me. I don't need to know that you're from Virginia. I don't need to know any of that. I need to know what I'm going to find when I come to your page in your bio. Okay. Maybe 3 points, your name, what your category is, entrepreneur, influencer, whatever you are. Make sure you have your link in your bio and make sure it's organized. If you're going to do a milkshake or anything of those links, make sure it's organized, not just all over the place. have a link in your bio? Do you have a catchphrase that you stand by? I love what Shelby said about being what was it? I'm scrolling up and see. Teaching everyday women to make an impact on the income online. That needs to be in her bio. Do you have a catchphrase that you stand by? I know Jessie Lee's #1 network marketer in the world. That's in her bio somewhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. You can have emojis, just don't overdo them, because then I'm like, okay, what are you, a kid? Use them sparingly. All right. Then you also need to have some highlight bubbles on Instagram. Okay. There are a couple that I would really make sure that you have. And I'm speaking, I just learned this the other day from Jessie Lee. So I'm still I got to fix it too. You need to have an FAQ. What are some in your niche? What are some frequently asked questions that you get? For me, it could be, what does IUI mean? What does IBS stand for? How much does IUI cost? How much does your business cost? How much do I have to sell monthly? What does CC cream do? What's the difference between CC and BB? Do you see? These are things that I get asked all the time in my niche that I need to have an FAQ highlight bubble about. How do I apply this? How do I wear this? How do I do this? Okay, use your FAQs. Watch your stories. If you have a story that is performing really, really, really well, pay attention to that so that you can implement that in your highlight bubbles, because those are performing well for a reason. I would have a highlight bubble that says something about, this is me, this is who I am, or start here, or this is Ashley, or whatever. This is my life. And you have some sort of introduction, because as you're growing new people, they need to know who you are. If they're just scrolling your page, they should be able to say, okay, what am I going to find out about this girl? This is me. And they click it and they get to know quickly who you are. And we do that at least once a month. Okay. Then the next thing, last thing, you need to create good content. Follow what your passions are. What are you passionate about? In your content, if you are not using captions or subtitles, there's no point. You need to do it. People watch often without sound. I saw someone do it the other day. I was in her presence and she clicked my stories. I was with her. Her sound was not on. There's mamas that are breastfeeding. Their spouse is beside them that is sleeping. Their kids are asleep. They're at work watching, and they're just reading because there's no sound on. Otherwise, they're not going to come back and say, oh, I forgot to watch Ashley's video. I couldn't hear it because I was at work. Have captions, have subtitles. Okay. You need to be constantly saving sounds. Don't just be scrolling TikTok and Instagram and Reels and not just watching. You need to be saving sounds. Oh, how can I incorporate that in my niche? How can I implement this? Show your personality. That's where I came back to at the beginning. Be true to yourself. Be yourself. Experiment. Find things out that you like to do. In your content, you need to be showing appreciation to people for following you. Thank you for following. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for buying from me. Customers, shout them out. Thank you, Sally, for your support. These are things that are in your content. Thanking your customers publicly. Welcoming new people to your team. Welcome, Sally, to the family. I'm so excited to see what this company does for you, what this opportunity does for you. Maybe you give previews to things that are coming. You know, we know of some things that are coming in pharmacy. You know, some things that are coming in your niche or an opportunity that you're going to offer your network. Hint at it. Don't give them all of them. People will be like, oh, what's the newest? I get asked all the time with my infertility. Ashley, have I missed the latest update? Have you posted your update? Okay, go get it. People want to know. They're following. Okay, preview them, dangle them. In your content, you need to be doing tips and tricks. Those are great. They are fantastic. But at the end of all of this, your consistency is the most important. Maybe you need to make an alarm. Maybe you need to make a daily reminder that goes off on your phone, or it's in your calendar, or you schedule your post. That is the only way that you will grow, is consistently. And like I said, #1 and #2, they're so important. If you don't know who you are and what you're wanting to talk about, and then you don't plan it, you're just posting to post. There's no purpose behind it. Okay. Whatever you do, you have to do it consistently. And that's when you will grow. Okay. And make sure your pages are public. Okay. Please, 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 please. You are limiting yourself if you don't. Okay. All right, you guys. Did you find value from this? I know I did when I watched this training. It was so good. I hope you guys got some value from it. We will see you next week. Finish out the month strong. Corporate's got some great things happening to finish out the month. And then if you're not going to Dimension, you're missing out. If I could encourage anybody to go, I would say go. It's a tax write-off and it's an investment. I know a girl, she's actually going to train in our page here soon. She went from a bronze to a platinum in 1 year. And what did she say made the difference? Convention. Invest in yourself, invest in your business. If you say, Ashley, I can't afford it, then make a plan with your leader on how you can afford it. You can do it. Make a plan. Don't just sit there and say, I can't. No, go find out how you can earn it. What do you need to sell? What do you need to recruit? Make a plan and be there. It is going to be incredible. You need to be there. It's a Thursday through a Saturday. Some of us, it's a Wednesday through a Saturday. I'm leaving that Sunday morning. You need to be there. It's a game-changing event. It's going to be so powerful. There's going to be so much that if you're not there, you're going to miss out on. Y'all are going to be having FOMO and y'all going to be texting me saying, I wish I was there. Make it a priority. Be there. That should be like one of your top things that you say, I'm going to make this happen every year because it is life-changing. If you are serious about this, you need to be there. Okay. Get with your upline, get a plan, and make it happen. All righty. I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.